Filipinos, listen up. Imagine waking up in a country where you're treated like a local, where you can own land, run a business, and build a future, all without spending years stuck in paperwork or waiting for visa approvals. Sounds like a dream, right? But what if I told you this isn't just a fantasy? There are 10 powerful countries that practically roll out the red carpet for Filipinos, offering free permanent residency, easy citizenship paths, and a better quality of life. Why isn't anyone talking about this? Because these are the kind of secrets that immigration agencies don't want you to know. But today, we're exposing everything. And wait until you hear, number one, 99% of Filipinos don't even know about it. Comments below. If you could move anywhere today, which country would you choose? Imagine a place where your professional aspirations align seamlessly with a vibrant community, rich culture, and a straightforward path to permanent residency. Welcome to South Africa, a land where many Filipinos have not only found jobs, but also a second home. Consider Maria, a nurse from Cebu. In 2015, she secured a job offer from a hospital in Johannesburg. With a work permit in hand, Maria dedicated herself to her patients and community. After 5 years of continuous service, she applied for permanent residency. Today, Maria is not just a healthcare provider, but also an active member of South Africa's Filipino community, mentoring new arrivals and sharing her journey. Why South Africa? Accessible permanent residency. For Filipinos, South Africa offers a clear pathway to permanent residency. If you've held a work permit for 5 consecutive years, you're eligible to apply. This process is devoid of lotteries or prolonged uncertainties, making it a practical choice for many. Thriving Filipino community. As of 2008, approximately 2,200 Filipinos called South Africa home, with significant populations in Gauteng and Kalk Bay. Many are professionals in healthcare, engineering, and the fishing industry. This established community provides a support system for newcomers, easing the transition into a new country. Cultural fusion. South Africa is a melting pot of cultures. The Filipino community actively contributes to this diversity. For instance, the Philippine Embassy in Pretoria has organized events promoting Filipino cuisine, introducing locals to dishes like okoy, shrimp fritters, and panzit, stir-fried noodles. Such initiatives not only showcase our rich culinary heritage, but also strengthen bonds between Filipinos and South Africans. Have you or someone you know considered moving to South Africa? What excites or concerns you about this potential journey? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Let's create a dialogue and support each other in exploring new horizons. If South Africa's 5-year residency pathway intrigues you, wait until you hear about the country at number 8, where permanent residency is attainable in just 2 years. Subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on this exciting information. Picture this: swaying palm trees, crystal clear turquoise waters, and a vibrant culture that feels like a fiesta every day. Sounds like paradise, right? Well, the Dominican Republic offers all that and more, especially for Filipinos seeking new horizons. So, there's this guy, Lito Aspiria chef from Cebu. One day, while flipping through travel magazines, he stumbled upon the Dominican Republic. Intrigued by its rich culinary scene and the rhythmic beats of merengue, he thought, why not? Packing his knives and adventurous spirit, Lito embarked on a journey that would change his life. Why the Dominican Republic? Fast track to permanent residency. For Filipinos, the Dominican Republic offers a golden ticket. Apply for permanent residency after just 2 years of legal residence. And guess what? After 2 more years, you're eligible for citizenship. That's a total of 4 years to become a Dominican citizen. Cost of living. While the Dominican Republic boasts stunning beaches and a lively culture, it's essential to note that the cost of living is approximately 14.5% higher than in the Philippines. However, many find that the quality of life and opportunities available make it a worthwhile investment. Visa-free travel Dominican citizenship opens doors. Literally. Enjoy visa-free or visa-on-arrival access to over 70 countries, including popular destinations like Japan, South Korea, and Singapore. Upon arriving, Lito immersed himself in the local culture. He introduced Filipino dishes to the Dominican palate, creating a fusion that had locals lining up. Within 2 years, he secured permanent residency. Fast forward another 2 years, and Lito proudly held Dominican citizenship, his restaurant becoming a beloved spot for both locals and tourists. Ever thought about starting anew in a tropical paradise? What excites you about the Dominican Republic, and what concerns might you have? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Let's get the conversation sizzling. If the Dominican Republic's swift residency pathway piqued your interest, wait until you hear about the country at number 7, where Filipinos can relocate with just a $5,000 bank deposit. Trust me, you won't want to miss this. Alright, kabayan, imagine this. You're stuck in eddies of traffic, sweating like a lechon on a Sunday roast. You sigh, thinking, "Paano na to? Lagin na lang kanito. Kailan ako makakailis ng Pinas?" Then boom, while doom scrolling on your phone, you stumble upon Panama's friendly nation's visa, and suddenly, the only traffic you're thinking about is how fast you can get on a plane. Now let me tell you about Jose, not Josemari Chaniba too. He's a software developer from Cebu who got tired of power outages, rising costs, and his nosy kapitbao asking, "Kailan ka mag-asawa?" So he looked for options. When he saw Panama's insane residency deal, just deposit $5,000 in a local bank and you're in, he thought, "Mas makali pa to kaysa makhanap ng Wi-Fi sa Pinas." And the best part? No job offer needed. Just prove you have enough funds, and after 5 years, you can apply for full Panamanian citizenship. Now, Jose is chilling in Panama City, sipping coffee, enjoying high-speed internet, and living a life free from constant typhoons and brownouts. Lucky guy. Why Panama is a Filipino dream come true? Strategic location, Nesa, Gitna, ang Lahat, a travel hub between North and South America. Feeling adventurous? Hop on a flight to the US, Mexico, or Colombia in just a few hours. Booming economy, Panama's economy is one of the fastest growing in Latin America, plus they use the US dollar, so wall lang forex drama. Crazy low taxes. If you're making money from outside Panama like freelancing or online business, you pay 0 tax on foreign income. Pakiulit walakang tax, yes. Buhay Mayaman vibes minus Manila condo price equal to beachfront house in Panama. Need I say more? Okay, kabayan, real talk. Panama's cost of living is about 34.1% higher than the Philippines. Pero, come on, quality of life is also 100% better. Plus the food? Imagine eating fresh seafood every day. What do you think? Kabayan, could you see yourself building a new life in Panama? Or mas gusto mo lang manood at manga rap? Tell me in the comments. And don't go anywhere because number 6 is even crazier. Filipinos can get PR in just 1 year. Mas mabilis pa sa leto license renewal. Like this video, subscribe, and share it with a friend who needs a fresh start. Why is it that no matter how hard you work, it still feels like you're stuck? You clock in every day, grind like crazy, send money home, yet life keeps getting more expensive. Rent? Up. Food prices? Up. Savings barely moving, and don't even get started on traffic. Hours wasted just to survive. It's frustrating, right? But what if I told you that in Argentina, you could secure permanent residency in just 1 year? No insane requirements, no decades-long waiting game, just 1 year, and you're set. Take Daniel, a 32-year-old OFW from Kuwait. He spent nearly a decade in Dubai, sacrificing sleep and holidays just to send money home. But for what? Rent kept rising, bills never stopped, and the dream of a better life always seemed just out of reach. Then he discovered Argentina, a country where Filipinos can get PR in just a year and full citizenship in 3. No backbreaking years of waiting, no uncertainty. It's a fresh start. So he took the leap. Now, Daniel pays half of what he used to for rent, enjoys Argentine steak for less than 200 pesos, and is 1 step away from an Argentine passport, a passport that grants visa-free access to 172 countries. Why Filipinos should consider Argentina. Fastest PR in the world, stay for just 1 year, then apply for permanent residency. Citizenship in 3 years, that's faster than Canada, Australia, or the US. Argentine passport equal visa-free travel to 172 countries. Europe, Japan, and even Brazil are just a flight away. No job offer needed, just prove financial stability and you're in. Low cost of living. Rent under $400? Steak dinners for $3? Enough said. Argentina's economy has its ups and downs. Inflation is wild, but for Filipinos who already know how to budget and hustle, it's nothing new. Also, learning Spanish is a must. But hey, we love karaoke. How hard can memorizing Spanish lyrics be? What do you think? Is Argentina worth it? Are you tired of working so hard just to stay afloat? Let's talk in the comments. And don't go anywhere. Number 5 is even crazier. Imagine getting paid to move abroad. Smash that like button if you're ready for a change. Salamat kabayan. Let's be real, how much longer can you keep this up? Working non-stop, saving every peso, only to watch your hard-earned money disappear into bills, rent, and groceries that somehow cost more every week? It's exhausting. Now imagine a country that actually wants you to move there, a place where you can get permanent residency in just 3 months, not 10 years, not even 5, just 3 months. And all it takes, a tiny investment of just $4,500. That's exactly what Carlos, a 35-year-old OFW from Pampanga, did. After working in the Middle East for 12 years, he was done. Done with brutal heat, strict labor laws, and missing his family. Then he heard about Paraguay. Low taxes, stable economy, and an easy PR process. It almost sounded fake. Fast forward 3 months, Carlos had his residency card in hand. He started a small business, rented a house for less than $300 a month, and is already eyeing his next big step, applying for citizenship in just 3 years. And guess what? A Paraguayan passport lets you travel visa-free across Europe. Why should you consider Paraguay? Fastest PR ever, get permanent residency in just 3 months, citizenship in 3 years. That's faster than the US, Canada, and Australia. Super low cost of living, rent for under $300, cheap food, and low taxes. Huge Filipino community, you won't be alone. Many Kabayans are already thriving here, but here's the catch. Spanish is useful and job opportunities are limited, but who needs a job when you can start a business or work remotely? Would you move to Paraguay? Is this a golden opportunity or too good to be true? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And don't go anywhere. Number 4 is even wilder. Imagine getting PR for free. Smash that like button if you're tired of the struggle. Do you ever feel like life's one big hamster wheel? You work, you pay bills, you repeat. You dream of retiring, but let's be real, who can even afford it anymore? Rising rent, expensive healthcare, and savings that barely grow, it's a nightmare. But what if I told you there's a place where you can retire early, live comfortably on just $800 a month, and even get permanent residency with just a modest pension? That's exactly what Tito Benji, a retired seaman from Cebu, discovered. After 30 years at sea, he finally came home, only to realize his retirement savings wouldn't last. The Philippines was just too expensive. Healthcare, costly. Food, pricey. Traffic, stressful. Then he heard about Ecuador, a place where rent is as low as $250 a month, fresh seafood costs less than 150 pesos, and healthcare is ranked among the best in Latin America. Fast forward 2 years. Tito Benjin now wakes up to spring-like weather all year round in Cuenca, a beautiful city filled with mountains, historic streets, and even fellow Filipinos. His healthcare is top-notch, he eats like a king, and best of all, he's stress-free. Why Ecuador is perfect for you. Permanent residency is easy. If you have a pension of just $1,275/month, you qualify. Citizenship in just 3 years. That's one of the fastest paths to a second passport. Insanely low cost of living, you can live comfortably on just $800/month. World-class healthcare, ranked among the best in Latin America. No extreme weather, no typhoons, no deadly heat waves, just perfect weather all year. But here's the catch. You'll need to learn basic Spanish, but honestly, Filipinos are pros at picking up languages. Plus, who doesn't want to order their lechon in fluent Espanol? Would you move to Ecuador for an easier, stress-free life? Drop a comment below. And don't go anywhere. Number 3 is even crazier. Imagine a country that's literally giving away land for free. Be honest, how many years have you spent grinding, sacrificing, doing everything right, only to feel like you're running on a treadmill going nowhere? Prices keep going up. Wages, still the same. Every month you watch your hard-earned money disappear. Rent, bills, groceries, and by the time you try to save, there's barely anything left. How is this fair? And yet, politicians, billionaires, and the so-called elites tell you, just work harder, just save more. How? With what? With the same paycheck that barely covers survival? It's frustrating, it's exhausting, but let me ask you something. But what if I told you there's a place where your money stretches further, where the government actually wants you to move there, and where Filipinos are already thriving? This isn't some fantasy, it's happening right now. And if you think this is just for the rich, think again. Take Kuya Rene, for example. He spent 30 years working in Manila, barely scraping by. Rent alone took half his salary, and with food prices rising, his dreams of a comfortable retirement started slipping away. Then he found Nicaragua. Within 3 months, he got permanent residency, no insane bank deposits, no endless paperwork, just a simple process that welcomes retirees, entrepreneurs, and hardworking Filipinos. And now, He owns a home. Yes, you heard that right. No more renting. No more landlords hiking up prices whenever they feel like it. He even opened a small eatery selling Filipino food, something he could have never afforded back home. And guess what? His cost of living is half of what it was in Manila. While his old office mates are still grinding 9 to 5 just to make rent, Kuya Rene is enjoying a beer on the beach, living comfortably on just $800 a month. Here's why Nicaragua is a game changer for you. Automatic residency, retirees and entrepreneurs get permanent residency within 3 months, no minimum investment required. Super low cost of living, a meal cost as low as 50 pesos, rent for a modern apartment, 8,000 pesos a month, healthcare, affordable and reliable. Tax breaks for businesses. Want to open a sari-sari store or a restaurant? Nicaragua offers tax breaks to foreign investors. A Filipino-friendly community, you won't feel alone. Many expats and even some Filipinos have already moved, building businesses and living their dream life. A safe, beautiful country, Nicaragua is home to white sand beaches, volcanoes, and colonial cities, all without the tourist-heavy price tag. But here's the harsh truth. If you keep waiting, if you keep saying maybe next year, maybe when I have more savings, you might miss your chance. Nothing stays a secret forever. As more foreigners discover Nicaragua, residency laws could tighten. And when that door closes, it might not open again. So let's be real. You work hard, you've done everything right, but the system is stacked against you. You deserve more. You deserve a home, a future, a life where you're not just getting by, but actually living. Now tell me, what's stopping you? Fear, doubt, or are you just too comfortable struggling? And speaking of missed opportunities, why haven't you subscribed yet? I just gave you life-changing information, and you can't even click that tiny little button? Come on, Kabayan, you owe me that much. And listen, number 2 is even crazier. Imagine getting residency without ever stepping foot in the country. You won't believe how easy they've made it. You ever feel like you're stuck in a loop? Wake up, work, battle traffic, pay bills, sleep, repeat. The same struggle, the same paycheck that never seems enough, the same dreams getting pushed further away. Why does life have to be like this? Here's the thing, it doesn't. Take Paulo, for example. He spent years grinding at a corporate job in Manila, working overtime just to afford a tiny apartment and a few nights out a month. Stress through the roof, future uncertain. Then he found out about Uruguay, a country that's practically Europe in South America, but without the sky-high costs. He applied for permanent residency, which by the way is one of the easiest processes in the world, and in just a few months, he was in. Now, no more 12-hour workdays. He lives in a quiet, safe neighborhood, eats steak that costs less than a cup of coffee in Manila, and guess what? After just 3 years, he can apply for Uruguayan citizenship. Why Uruguay? Fast-track citizenship. Stay for 3 years and apply for one of the most respected passports in the world. A booming economy, a stable, growing country that welcomes foreigners with open arms, world-class healthcare, ranked among the best in Latin America, and way cheaper than the US. Super safe, no cartels, no crazy crime rates, just chill, peaceful living. Uruguay isn't a secret anymore. The window to move there is open, but it won't stay that way forever. And trust me, number 2 is where most Filipinos are heading. It's got all the perks, and you don't even have to live there to get residency. Stick around, this next one is a game changer. What if I told you that a part of the Philippines exists outside of the Philippines? A place where your surname might already be familiar, where the food tastes like home, and where you can walk down the street and hear words that sound oddly like Tagalog. This isn't a dream, it's Mexico. And no, I'm not just talking about history books. I'm talking about a real opportunity that thousands of Filipinos are quietly taking advantage of. Here's the deal. Filipinos can get permanent residency in Mexico in just 2 years. No complicated processes, no need to marry someone, and no massive investment required. And once you're in, you'll find that life here, it's surprisingly easy. The cost of living is lower than Manila. Rent, food, transportation, all cheaper. The culture feels familiar. We share over 250 years of history with Mexico, from fiestas to family values. Spanish? You already know some. Ever said kutsara or bintana? Exactly. Now, before you start worrying, yes, Mexico has dangerous areas, but so does every country, including the Philippines. Smart Filipinos are moving to places like Mérida, Querétaro, and Guadalajara, some of the safest and most livable cities in Latin America. So tell me, what's stopping you? Would you trade 2 years of your life for a passport that opens doors to new opportunities? If Mexico caught your attention, just wait until you hear about number 1, the country that's basically been a second home for Filipinos for decades. And no, it's not what you're thinking. You ever hear about someone who made a move so bold, so unexpected, that it changed their life forever? That was Miguel. 5 years ago, he was drowning in bills, stuck in a job that paid peanuts, and watching his dreams slip away. He'd lie awake at night, staring at the ceiling, asking himself, is this really all life has to offer? Then one day, scrolling through his phone at 2 a.m., he saw something crazy. Brazil was practically handing out permanent residency in just 1 year. No impossible requirements, no endless waiting, just a real chance at a better life. He took the leap, and guess what? Today, Miguel owns a small beachside cafe in Rio. He makes 5x what he did back home. He bought a house with ocean views for half the price of a condo back in Manila. And he met the love of his life because guess what? Brazil loves Filipinos. Now, here's the part that should make you stop and think. This opportunity is still wide open, but not for long. Brazil's government is actively looking for skilled workers, entrepreneurs, and retirees. They want people like you. So tell me, what's your excuse? Are you gonna be like Miguel and grab the opportunity, or will you keep watching others change their lives while you sit on the sidelines? Drop a comment. If you had the chance to start fresh in Brazil, would you take it? Why or why not? Not ready to commit to another country? Just want to travel and have fun? You'd be surprised, some countries let you in with no visa at all. Click the video on the screen now before you miss out.